not what you got?
He got critique. He got basically.
See, I didn't get any critique. No one actually commented on the poem. They started.
I know. I think
I asked
was
questions
looking
and they
at
started
it.
answering.
The question, the poem asks a lot of rhetorical questions, and when you're prompted like that.
Was that the one that had like sort of childish answers afterwards?
Possibly, I'm not sure. But this also leaves off at a different spot. I cut it because I didn't like how it ended on the line. It's called merit. What is the value of a person measured by? Is the amount of paper in their purse, or some title displayed upon the wall? Is it the transportation they use, the questions and opinions they hold, or the answers they choose? Is it measured by what they've gained, what they've given, or by how much they win or lose? Is one's merit defined by the lies they've told, the pleasures they've bought and sold, or the atrocities by which they abide? Can a human being's worth be known by the secrets they hide, the hopes and dreams they hold, or the tears, their fears, left unshown and untold?
Critique?
You know what it reminds me of? Is the movie Blues. You don't know the movie Blues? Oh my God, Knights in White Satin. They were great with, yeah.
You make any sort of reference like that, he's not going to
get it. Well, he asks a whole bunch of rhetorical questions. Is that the only point, is to make us ask questions of ourselves? Or is the point that you want some sort of solution at the end?
Well, the point of the poem is, first of all, when I wrote this, that's not what I was intending to write. But it came out, what I was looking for at the end of it was, it's more along the lines of how people judge others. For example, it happens a lot with her family, with the various other people I've met and know. Says you're a piece of shit because you don't have a job. You don't make a six-figure salary, so you're not important in society. You know.
Invalidation.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people, and I was talking to you this other day about this, is people get out of school, they have a fancy degree, you know, I got a master's in this, but they can't, they're incompetent as shit compared to somebody who's, you know, born and raised on a farm and been doing the job for 40 years. But if anybody asks, you know, that guy off the farm is just some layman. He's not going to be able to compare to this guy, at least not on paper, not in society. That's not how people look at it these days.
A lot of it is your ability to posture. I think there was a guy I went to high school with, and he literally was going to get denied, and he grew up doing air conditioning with his father, and he knew the trade inside and out. He'd been doing it with his dad since he was old enough to hold a piece of metal, you know, and he was literally going to be denied the opportunity to, I don't know if it was start his own business or get a job, and I think it was going to be denied a job where he would learn enough to be able to go start his own business, because he didn't have a degree. And he happened to be friends with somebody that worked at a print shop that made the University of Massachusetts diplomas. So he threw the guy a couple of bucks and had him print him a fake diploma. So he got the diploma and he got the job. The guy's never set foot in a college, but he's his own businessman now.
It's all about the paper, man.
It is. It's all about how. It's all about presentation. And as long as you've got the mental acuity to pull it off, you know, and the know-how to back it up, it's really that.
So what you're judged by is by the falsities that you pretend.
It's how you posture, absolutely.
What you can fake well enough is your judge.
We're all peacocks, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do it all the time, you know, I'll judge people based on my opinions, my,
absolutely, yeah.
You know,
we all do it, yeah.
But what I'm trying to portray is that's a fallacy. That's a personal formula that everyone we don't have the right to judgment.
Yeah, no one does.
Which is why everybody can relate to it. Yeah.
I believe there's a black and white as far as what's right, what's wrong. But, you know,
I think there's a large gray area.
There's lots of shades of gray.
It's not
lots
my place
of shades
to
of
condemn
gray.
a person for what they've done.
Yeah.
I have one more that's actually finished that I brought with me.
Why does it look all crumpled up?
Because Yeah, been playing with it and whatnot. I wrote this one back in high school, 5-6 years ago, somewhere in there. I've tried editing it a couple of times, but never could do it right. This is about 4 or 5 different poems put together. I threw them together, wrote them all on the page, and saw what came out. I call it Prophecy. Below the glow of the crescent moon, beyond the cold hate of ignorance, perfection lays in hope, even if in bondage. While brothers rage in envy, suffering truth, moral fallacy, and physical ruin, lost in life and tribulation, unable to shed the fear of death, countless souls are lost. Inspiration leads to false revelations. In defeat lies victory. In prejudice lies love. In destruction we are immortal. Yet those who whisper truths are liars. Live and dream and love. Hallucination. Uncertainty and doubt lay with greed, forgetting anger and in time agony. Empty thoughts and forgotten memories pave the path to hell. Where gluttony begets famine, in chaos, we find peace in a nightmarish age. From within a holy ore flows the very perception of horror. And upon the last lunar night, in a sea of pain, we lay in blame, and scream out in guilt, staring into the distance but focusing on a fantasy. Though a hollow comfort to be found within the conflict of collective choice, beyond all this, beyond the demon armies, past the old crises, and beneath the throne of betrayal, lies and rape an endless forest of knowledge to be explored. The question is, will you fall behind the journey, or transcend the trials and find an enlightenment everlasting?
That was heavy.
Mm-hmm. I got nothing.
I would rather read it myself. I would rather see it in front of me.
Yeah, it's definitely like a reading piece.
I think Josh's brain is shutting down from hunger.
A little bit.
Needs to be added in.
I'm getting pretty hungry myself anyways. Isn't there supposed to be food at Angel and Aaron's thing?